Right in the heart of Europe, there's a nation of deep contrasts, a place of ancient, sprawling forests and glittering modern skylines, of profound faith and incredibly rapid change. It's a country whose story is just astonishing. It's about immense power, unimaginable tragedy, and this absolutely relentless will to survive.
And that really is the central question of Poland. How does a country just survive that? It's a story that's written in defiance, really. It's about a people who kept their nation alive in their hearts, in their language, and in their culture, even when their country was physically gone. This is the story of an unbreakable spirit.
To really understand Poland today, you have to look back. Its identity wasn't just shaped by history, you could say it was hammered into existence by it, forged in these intense cycles of golden ages followed by just devastating collapses. Let's just picture this for a moment. We're talking about a time of incredible influence. From the 16th to the 18th centuries, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth wasn't just huge, it was uniquely liberal for its day. It was built on this amazing system of an elective monarchy and a level of political freedom that was just extraordinary in an age of absolute rulers.
And this progressive spirit, well, it all culminated in the Constitution of May 3, 1791. This was a true landmark of the Enlightenment. It was the very first modern constitution in Europe and the second in the entire world, right after the United States. It was a beacon of reform, a final, defiant act of a nation desperately trying to save itself. But, and this is the tragic part, it was too late. For 123 years, the state of Poland simply ceased to exist. It was carved up, literally swallowed by its powerful neighbors, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, and it vanished completely from the maps of Europe. But as they would prove, a map is not a nation.
Poland's history isn't a straight line at all. It's more like a recurring cycle, this phoenix arc. From the absolute peak of the Commonwealth to completely vanishing in the partitions, then reborn after World War I, only to be crushed again by Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, and then, somehow, resurgent once more after 1989. It's a pattern of resilience that is, frankly, almost unbelievable.
So the crucial question is, how did they break that last cycle? Well, it came from within, through a movement called Solidarity. Now, this wasn't some military coup. It was a social movement of millions of ordinary people. We're talking shipyard workers, intellectuals, farmers, who non-violently challenged a totalitarian regime. And in doing so, they started the domino effect that brought down the entire Iron Curtain.
And what's amazing is this same unbreakable spirit seems like it's etched into the very land itself. Poland's geography is every bit as diverse and dramatic as its history, a landscape that almost feels like it holds the memory of the nation.
So let's take a quick journey. We'll start in the north, on a coastline of white sand dunes and these beautiful windswept peninsulas. The Baltic Sea has always been Poland's gateway to the world, a source of trade, sure, but also conflict and identity for centuries.
Then, as we move inland, we enter the Masurian Lake District. It's this incredible labyrinth of water and woods, with one of the highest densities of lakes anywhere in the world. It's a land of just stunning tranquility, kind of a quiet heart within a turbulent nation.
And here, right on the border with Belarus, we find a true relic of ancient Europe, the Białowieża Forest. This primeval wilderness is home to the European bison, or zebra, a powerful national symbol of Poland's enduring, untamed nature. Finally, our journey ends in the south, where the land just rises sharply into the alpine peaks of the Tatra Mountains. These dramatic, rocky summits form a kind of natural fortress, a stunning landscape that has inspired Polish artists and patriots for generations. So, after all those decades of devastation and communist stagnation, how in the world did Poland manage to build a modern economic powerhouse? Well, the answer is just another chapter in this incredible story of resurgence.
The economic transformation after 1989 is really one of the great success stories of our time. After a very difficult, very painful transition, the country just unleashed decades of relentless growth, becoming one of the fastest-growing economies in the entire European Union.
And here is a fact that just shows you how tough this new economy really was. During the global financial crisis of 2008, Poland was the only country in the entire EU to avoid a recession. The only one. Its economy didn't shrink, it actually kept growing.
So today, Poland is a high-income, developed market. It's the sixth largest economy in the EU, and it enjoys a very high standard of living and safety. It's amazing. From the ashes of a centrally planned system, it has become a true European economic power.
But an economy, no matter how strong, doesn't keep a nation's identity alive for 123 years. So what did? What is the soul of Poland? What's the cultural bedrock that proved to be truly unbreakable?
Well, here we see a really profound cultural shift happening. For centuries, Polish identity was completely intertwined with the Catholic Church. It was a bastion of culture and resistance that gave the world Pope John Paul II. And yet today, Poland is one of the fastest secularizing countries, especially among its young people. It's a nation really grappling with its past while sprinting toward a new future.
This soul is also found, of course, in its hearty cuisine, in the pride of having the world's first written mention of vodka, and in its powerful national symbols like the white-tailed eagle. It's preserved in 17 different UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and maybe, above all, in this immense pride in a history that stretches back over 1,000 years. And this brings us to the most powerful summary of it all. These are the opening words of the Polish national anthem. You see, it wasn't written in a time of victory, but in a time of loss, when the nation had been wiped off the map. It's not a boast, it's a promise. It's a declaration that the nation exists not on paper, but in its people. A spirit that, time and time again, has simply refused to be broken.